So Black Sheep, which is my favorite song on the EP. I am the picture of a perfect human every day, which some people said they like didn't understand what that was because of the heavy distortion and I guess how fast I was saying it in the initial teaser for the EP, which I'm fine with. Keeps it mysterious. But of course, the phrase "I am the picture of a perfect human every day" is kind of like, it's the start line. It's the base start line for the story of somebody who is held to extremely high standards, and so they imprint in their head that they have to be this perfect icon of God, not programmed to make any mistakes. Again, this is another song that has a lot of commentary on the way that things are these days with idolization of people. Whether it be like a singer, a celebrity, etc. Right? So you tell yourself these things so as to manifest them. This is me manifesting, right? If I tell myself this, then maybe I can become this. It's a bit like, I guess, cynical and slightly bitter. But yeah, this song also has like, it has a bit of a storyline to it. I am notorious for staying in my lane because I got what's on the mannequin with no right to complain. This is a lyric that I really have to choose my words carefully here. Not leaving the bubble, right? Staying within the bounds of like your confines. I think you get it, yeah. This is obviously not true for the past, but did kind of become how I am recently. I did kind of change to staying in my lane, so to speak. Yeah, basically. Because I got what's on the mannequin with no right to complain refers to me getting this opportunity, this job that I have, so to speak. You kind of, I mean, I don't know if, I think others have spoken about their personal experiences before, but for example, right, I chose nothing. None of us did, for my particular group, right? We had no say in anything at all. More specifically visually, right? This part's pretty self-explanatory if you've been watching for a while, right? Yeah. So basically taking what's provided on the mannequin, and having already a large group of people watching, all of these things prepared for me right out the gate, so don't complain about it, kind of thing. Can't complain because everything is kind of being given to you on a silver platter, basically. So shut up, kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway, animosity is permanent. Some days I can't get up. If I showed a bit of weakness, I don't think it would let up. Yeah, showing weakness it's tough because, in some sense, right? I feel like I'm gonna take a bit of a hands-off approach in how I explain this. I think to generally rally people around you, to have people that defend you and stand in your corner, you gotta show a bit of weakness. You have to show that you're vulnerable. Otherwise, if you put on a strong face the entire time, people don't rally around you because the impression is, oh, she can take care of herself, right? So yeah. Like an underdog, right? But for example, if you're somebody that does not, so you mean you're more relatable. Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think there's also this feeling of wanting to protect people that show weakness, right? But I feel like if I did stop showing a strong face, I get this feeling somehow that it wouldn't really change anything, at least not with the way that I've built things up until now. So probably better to just not show it. Ricky's blocking some lyrics. Yeah, I know. I don't want to put him away though. I missed him. Yeah, so it doesn't work for everybody. I think also you need to generally have a vibe about you that is like, oh, gotta protect. For Mori, I feel like it's not really. I kind of have this vibe of I can handle my own stuff, right? I don't want to put him away. Let me just move this maybe over here. So anyway, continuing onward. Animosity is permanent, of course. Is like there's always something. Doesn't just need to be people that I don't know. Could be the working environment, etc. Maybe not feeling very welcome in a working environment and whatnot. You know, that also exists. The numbers crushing me, pinning me down. I will not let you see me frowning. In reality, I'm drowning. Someone save me now. So this bit here is in specific reference to kind of what I touched upon earlier, which is like the feeling of needing to be validated. Especially for me, I felt kind of the need to be validated by like, oh, I hope a bunch of people watch and listen to this, because deep inside I know maybe it's not very great. Number friending. Precisely. Which is not as true these days, but I wanted to be honest about it. I think it's good to be honest. And you also can't always blame the algorithm for everything, you know? I think it's important to remain realistic, but you have to keep pushing, and not blame people, you know? I know, I do have a huge stage. Like I said, I'm very pleased with the way that things are right now. Yeah. And I think positivity is not copium. And you gotta ignore it. So yeah, typically, however, there was a time where I kind of had this kind of feeling of I need that validation because I don't like what I'm making, etc. And then it's like a very vulnerable section of lyrics, I would say. Probably a place where I open up the most about those kinds of things that people tend to not really talk about, you know? But it's not my intention here to lie and put on a mask, especially not in my music. I'm not gonna sit here on stream and go off about it. But when it comes to music, I don't know, I kinda gotta be real. Josh L says, after watching Oshinoko and Kwangming, I now realize that numbers do hold some real value for entertainers, but overly fixating on the numbers seems like a slippery slope. Yeah, I think that there is a way to be balanced about it. I think if it's a career, it's realistic to care a little bit. But by and large, yeah, fixating on it too much leads to a path of destruction, and you'll want to quit and not do it anymore. Anyway, この世界に全く意味ない。This world has no meaning at all. 狂っちゃっていい. It's okay to go a little insane. Just kind of losing it, mental spiral here. Feeling like the pen's run out at last, living like a moth beneath the glass. I think this is a really interesting bit of lyrics, especially right here in the bridge. So basically feeling like the pen's run out, it's just like, I don't have anything to write about. What should I write about? Typical writer's block. At the same time, living like a moth beneath the glass. I kind of envisioned, I had this idea of imagery with like a bunch of like butterflies, right? Under like a glass panel, and they're all very beautiful, and they're put up for displaying, right? Which kind of makes me think about the way that entertainers are these days, propped up on the wall as these beautiful creatures for viewing instead of living things. And I in particular am the moth, one that's not particularly beautiful to look at. A moth beneath the glass in a panel full of butterflies is a lot like a black sheep in a flock of white sheep. I don't know. Black sheep is typically the word that is used to refer to the standout, the one that does not fit. Right? I've always struggled feeling like I don't fit. This song has a lot to do with not feeling like you fit, even though you want to. Being the black sheep, the different one, the one, not in a good way, not different in a good way. The one that stands out against the rest of the pack, not for being quote unquote special, etc. So, But anyway, you'll always fit in with us. I guess if you're cool with liking the black sheep, welcome. Not like the other moths, but again, it's not like not very pretty to look at, which is again highlighting it's not like special and different, like, oh, she's so quirky and special and different. It's not like that. It's like feeling like a moth beneath the glass, feeling like different in a not good way and not fitting in. So anyway, continuing onward. Meanwhile, Watame liked the name because it had sheep in it. Yeah, that made me chuckle. Very cute. Very cute. But the lyrics are, they're intense. Ever just a slave unto my past, I just laugh. It's a bit of a cynical line here. Feeling like, you know, you can't really atone, or, you know, no matter how much you try and like make up for past mistakes and whatnot, nothing will really truly fix what has happened in the past, right? So you live as a slave unto it, and all you can do is just kind of like laugh at yourself. Haha, what an idiot. And then we get to the hook, which is the positive part of the song, right? So all of this, you know, doom and gloom, not referring to Iris's mascots. All this kind of sad outlook on the status of things. And then there's, if you retreat now, this life will never change. So all of these thoughts running through my mind, but this is what like kind of capitalizes the thought, right? Life is never going to be different if you run away. Right? If I run from it, if I stop doing this line of work, this job, if I stop doing music, or if I stop being myself, even, life is just I'm always gonna be dissatisfied. Just like lyrics you've heard 1,000 times, tired, uninspired refrains. It's just the same stuff over and over and over again. If I don't try and fix the way that things are, or at least if I don't continue pushing, because to keep pushing and pushing and pushing is what's important, right? Days on repeat cloud my mind. Am I deranged when I can hear that fractious anthem in my heart again? I swear I'm gonna break the chain. That's a lot. I really kind of felt that way for a while, especially if you listen to Cursed Night. Again, I also mentioned the days are blending together, pretending like I don't notice. A lot of times since I got into this line of work, right, this is the feeling that I've had, you know, days on repeat. Every day is the same. Wake up, stream, try to work on music, go to bed. Fractitious is like, I know I used a freaking thesaurus for this. Fractitious, from what I remember, the word that I looked up in order to get to the word fractitious, what was it? I think I looked up the word rebellious, right? Fractitious is like quarrelsome, difficult to control. So this rebellious, pushing outward, right? I mean, I feel like I've always kind of been the odd one out. I should just keep going with it, right? And when I like feel that I can do that, I'm gonna break the chain, which is like the chain that holds me to things being the same all the time, you know? I think that lyric is pronounced differently. Who cares? It's my brand new word then. It's my brand new brand new word. I made it up. I made it up! Wyvern live again. Brand new word, we ball. Projectiles! But I like how it sounds. We invented another word, and it's definitely not the first time that I've used made-up words in music. So. When I can hear that precious anthem in my heart again, I swear I'm gonna break the chain. We're living in the upside down. This was actually a sort of background lyric that was like repeated over and over again in the demo, and I was like, that's sick. I like it. I feel like I'm living in the upside down. With all the blood rushing to my head, making me go insane. And then So this bit here can refer to a couple things. I thought about it in terms of like maybe two separate instances. Some call it niche, others call it just unlikable, but this here is an opera where actors are recyclable. So in terms of like, I guess niche, others call it just unlikable, I'm not only referring to my own like music and sound, I'm referring to the grand big hobby that we all share together, which is the enjoyment of the things that we like. For example, VTubers / maybe you like anime, etc. But in this instance, I'm specifically talking about idol industry / VTuber, idol industry, etc. I'm not actually just referring to my own music. Interestingly enough, some people do call it niche, and others do just say that this is impossible to like. But this here is an opera where actors are recyclable. So in terms of like, I think that the visuals and the MV convey it pretty well. It often feels like, you know, we can just be thrown away, tossed away and recycled out with somebody new. And then, oh, hey, new things, right? Get excited about new things. And that's just how the industry is. The song is getting more intense now with the beat as well. It's a pretty, I guess it sounds like it has a bit of desperation to it. God, I love new things. Consume product. Get excited for new product. Precisely. That's just how the industry works, right? I'm breaking parole. Stand out. I won't be controlled. My hand is stronger than ever, and yet I fold. So this is like a bit of a turning point where the song becomes a bit frantic, because what we've got here is like, in the beginning of this little section, I'm like, I feel empowered, right? I'm breaking parole. I'm gonna do what I want. I am the way I am. Stand out. I won't be controlled. Various things could be controlling your boy. But, you know, again, with the whole stand out, kind of hits back on the theme of like being the odd one out, right? So yeah, maybe I'm going to stand out. I'm not going to be told to be a certain way to fit in with everybody else, etc. And so like I feel this like strong feeling of resolve. So then why can I not commit to those feelings? Right? My resolution is strong. I know what I want to do. I know how I want to be. But I don't commit to it. For whatever reason, fear, feeling like maybe I should fit in. The government! Which is always the correct answer. It's always the government. Any different is scary. It's frightening to stand out. No time left for a fallen empress. There's no time anymore, especially for somebody who is kind of continuing to work and make things on, I wouldn't even say the tail end, I would say at the end of, I suppose, what was a very large booming period, right? Yeah, running out of time. The void ahead is known as tall and endless. That's not what it is. That's not the lyric. I changed it to the void ahead is ever tall and endless, because the void ahead is known as tall and endless is too... doesn't flow right. Doesn't flow right. So I changed it to ever and it worked better in the booth. But I guess accidentally kept that in the lyrics. So that was a last minute change. So yeah, ever flowed much better, I think. The void ahead is ever tall and endless. So in the event that perhaps you decide to like back off and not go as hard with what you're doing, right? All that awaits ahead is a void of nothingness. It's over. It's the end. Defenseless, expendable, pretend that I'm still dependable. I've got no defenses, obviously. I'm very easy to cycle through, which sucks. That sucks. Pretend that I'm still dependable. You know, you put on a brave face like, oh yeah, I can still like help people with things. I can still be of use somehow, right? But you feel like you're pretending. Don't say that about yourself. You're a special person. Thanks, that's kind. But the song is just me being real with myself and the way that I feel. So, Maury's Tech Tips. Let me teach you how to run a very big game on your computer. Just kidding. I don't know. You're not though. You're the toughest in the end for sure. Maybe. Let's see. Then the next line is, told I don't belong near my own friends. There's no end. I think this line is very self-explanatory, and I think a lot of people also kind of get it. So, which is a shame because I love everybody very much, and we're all really good friends. And I think there are people that like don't see it. And it's sad to say, but with the way that things are, there are reasons that I don't show up in certain people's chats anymore. You know, I just don't want to get in the way. It's better to kind of stay in my own lane and with my own people and and the groups of people that are like, I guess, how do I say? Chat popping off. That's just how, it's just how it has to be. Is what it is. I'm not trying to start any fires here. I'm just gonna kind of stay. I hope there's good stuff off screen. Oh, there always is. Yeah, that's never the problem. Nah, it's always it's never the girls. Just want to make that very clear. It is never the other girls. It's not them. It's not their fault. They're all wonderful. There are still some chats that I appear in. It depends on the chat. It depends on the fan base. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, but you know, it is what it is. Yep. So that's what that line is about. It sucks to be really good friends with everybody and have that be the defining factor of why we don't do work together, but that's just life. That's life, yeah. Continuing onward, nothing's getting better, so I'm thinking of pushing and pulling myself and seeing just how far I bend the break, which is kind of a spiral into, I guess, a frantic mindset, right? Because of that feeling, right? Like, it really doesn't get better. Because, like, you know. But that's okay. Maybe it's not, but I just keep pushing anyway. But I kind of end up pushing myself to the limits to try and be, like, enough for everybody. You know? Like, maybe if I was more like this, then I could, I don't know, stream with so-and-so more often, etc. Pushing myself to be something that I'm not. But I just can't do that. You know? You can't make everybody happy. So. Yeah. この世界で生きたくない. Now it gets dark. この世界で生きたくない is I don't want to live in this world. The important part is making me happy. I mean, you say that, but I mean, isn't that what we're here to do? Yeah, balance is important, right? That part's just pure pain. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm good. Hidden the emo lyrics in JP, I see. Precisely. It's my tactic. Are you? Yeah, I'm good. I wouldn't be writing about it if I wasn't. Shinjate. Okay, well, the next lyric is pretty dark. Shinjate, which is like I should just die, which is fucked up. But I mean, it's a very dark song. It's dark. I'm good. It's a little bit. Jesus. But I mean, I'm content right now. Concern. Die or die retire. See, I think that's a better way to think about it. You know? I do not have those thoughts. I do not have them. However, there are times where I feel like I should let the dream die, right? Let this career die, etc. Sucks. But I don't think I will. I think I will not. Think I will not. Feeling like there's nothing left to write. Living like I'm running out of time. Also pretty self-explanatory. Running out of things to write about. Living very frantically, like I have to keep making music while I'm alive, because, you know, someday everything ends. All right, let's get away from the darkness now real quick, Mori. So like I'm running out of time, but it's also not just how short life is, it's how short relevancy is, right? I have to get my thoughts out there before I guess no one's listening anymore, you know? Yeah. So that's one reason why I make so much music. Perhaps. But ever losing sleep wondering why I can't die. So losing sleep, but I'm wondering why I can't. For some reason, I just can't quit. You know? I can't quit. I cannot do it. So, man, I love Alexander Hamilton. Why do you write like you're running out of time? Yeah, if you quit now, you'll never make it, so. There's something nagging inside of me saying you really shouldn't stop, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. And then this part is in Japanese, which is, it's basically, this bit is a direct translation of the hook, right? If you run away, then life isn't gonna change, right? Jinsei wa kawaranai. Nankai kita koto ga aru, like you've heard a gazillion times. And then this line changes a bit, kashi ga mawatere en mi, kind of more of like a visual line here, which is like lyrics continue spinning into forever, right? So like sort of like a promise that I will keep creating and writing things onward forever, I think. I really need you now, though life may never change. This bit right here, I think is just a straight up call to everybody who supports me in my life, whether they be family, friends, deadbeats, and anyone who supports me and is down for me, right? Like, I need you. Never underestimate your importance to me, right? Yeah. Though life may never change. So, things may never be the same as they were back at the start. What does that mean? It's, believe it or not, it's not just about numbers. It's just the way that things were in my life back at the start, right? Things were very like bright-eyed, and I felt like I could do anything, and everyone was really happy together, right? Having fun together, making stuff together. We might never go back to that. You know? There will be people that I just can't hang with anymore. Now you're jaded. Maybe. And maybe Mori doesn't ever hit Billboard, right? Maybe Mori doesn't ever, like, really sounds pretty cynical, but no, here, wait, there's a second part to the hook. Because it's fine. Because I want to scream how I feel until I'm gone, rising above the outrage, right? At the end of the day, all that matters at the end of the day is that I'm screaming how I feel until I'm gone. I want to make music until I die. I want to keep screaming to the world about how I feel even when nobody's listening anymore. Right? Rising above the outrage. Even if people don't like it, I don't care. Because I can scream, I'm going to. Until I am gone. As much as I want. That's it. Sorry I wasn't listening. What did you say? I understand. I understand. Doing what you feel, right? Days of defeat, losses always stay in the page. So no matter how good life is, it's always gonna have days that suck. And it will always start to suck. I remember I was watching a famous Ghibli movie, Kiki's Delivery Service. I already mentioned this on stream before, but at the end, it's like, you know, she says, there are still days where I feel sad and not very good, but I love this town. Right? And I think that's such a realistic way to end it, as not a happily ever after. You know, every single day in her new town was wonderful and she was happy for the rest of her life, right? There's this idea of there's still gonna be sad days. Set yourself up for that. However, that's fine. Cause I'll create an undying anthem in my heart again. Tonight I'm gonna break the chain. It's like I've gotten to that resolution. The fractious part. It has come. And so, or rather, I think that it's more like, if I really think about it, you should just do it yourself, right? Instead of waiting for it to come to you. Which is why you should create a resolution inside of you that never dies. I'm gonna be this way. Even if it's not like everyone else, right? And everyone else is fine. Everyone else is great. Everyone else is amazing and talented and beautiful and incredible. And they're all my Oshi because I'm pushing all of them. But I can't be like them in some ways. You know? Tonight I'm gonna break the chain. And then of course the final line not written here is, again, I am the picture of a perfect human every day, which is me going kind of like it's like kind of cynical. It's like it's got like a smirk at the end or like a laugh at the end in my mind. Anyway, just being sincere. You cynical? Nah. You cynical? Nah. I get it from Papa Reaper. I definitely noticed, yeah, a lot of it is about seeking self-acceptance, which I think I found at the end, so. You were smirking at the end of the MV too. Exactly, which is why I drew that part, right? I was like, I want this to end on like a half smile or something like that. Like it becomes cheeky. It's so crazy because it's exactly the same sentence, but after you've listened to the whole song, it feels like it has a different meaning. You know? Yeah. The sea man ghost wrote this. Yeah, except he meant it unironically. Yeah. It's like a line at the beginning feels completely different, repeated at the end of the song after you've listened to the whole song, which I think is really cool, actually. Yeah.